Hi, welcome to the City of Atchison HSA Maximizing My Health Savings Account class. My name is Joe Warren. I'm the Director of Administrative Services. I'm going to be leading this class, and essentially what we're going to do is walk you through a few of the basics of what an HSA is and what it does, and then how you can potentially maximize your HSA as an employee at the City of Atchison. So let's start with what an HSA is. Well, first of all, most people should have seen this or have a copy of this, and if you don't, then you need to talk to Laura, the HR director. But this is our employee benefit guide. This should have been handed out at the beginning of the year. Essentially, it discusses all the benefits that we have, from health insurance to extra coverage that you might have besides health, dental, vision. And HSA essentially is a health savings account that is attached to the benefits that we have, essentially. So your medical coverage. So we have United Healthcare this year. That's who we went with for our medical coverage. And everybody has a high deductible plan if you're with the City of Atchison plan. So you are eligible to have an HSA, and everybody should have an HSA. And everybody should be knowing how much money is in their HSA and what they can use it for. And that's one of the things we're going to talk about here. So what is an HSA? An HSA, a health savings account, essentially it allows you to save money pre-taxes for any medical expenses down the road. Okay, so just to begin with, that money comes out pre-taxes. It's not taxed as long as you spend it on actual health items and you use it for medical expenses. The money stays with you, so if you make a contribution to the HSA this year and you don't spend it, that money stays in that account. It goes with you wherever you go. Even if you leave the City of Atchison, you'll still have that money there available for you. So that's all good stuff with an HSA. Love the fact that it comes out pre-taxes. So also, what is a medical expense? Okay, so what are you eligible to spend your money on? Any medical expense. So if it's health related, if you have to go to the doctor, you have some out-of-pocket expenses that you have to cover that aren't covered by your medical coverage. You have to go to the dentist. You need some special work done that's not covered. You need a pair of glasses that's not covered with your vision insurance. If you need to go to therapy and mental health is covered as well, and so those sessions can be covered, assuming that you use the EAP plan that we have. And but even if you don't and you want to go to therapy, those expenses are covered by your HSA. So that's all stuff that you can use your HSA money for. It's your money. So as long as it's a medical expense, you get to use it. All right. So the city starts out with giving you a certain amount of money. Okay, and this year, because our medical coverage expenses went way up, we had to pare back a little bit the amount of money that the city was giving you automatically in your HSA. So if you are an employee who's just in an individual plan, you were eligible for $500 in your HSA account coming from the city, and you don't have to do anything for that money. That money is just deposited in your account. And the way that's split up is half of that money, so $250 of that money was given to you on January 1st. Another installment was given to you on April 1st, and that would have been 25% of that money, so $125. And then the last installment for the year is on July 1st. So you probably have noticed, if you've been paying attention to your HSA, that as of January 1st, April 1st, and then again on July 1st, you've been getting an automatic installment put in your HSA account from the city, and that doesn't come out of your pay or anything. That's just done for everybody who's enrolled in these plans. All right, and if you have a family plan, that number is $1,000. So $500 would have been deposited on January 1st, $250 deposited in April 1st, and then you'll get your last installment of $250 on July 1st. So that money's free and clear. Again, you don't have to do anything for that money. It's just going to be there for you. Now, you also had the ability to give contributions yourself. When you signed up for your health plan, you should have been asked, how much money do you want withheld from my paycheck to go to my HSA? So you're able to do that as well. Now, you do have a maximum amount of money that you can save in your HSA per year, and the city's contribution and your contributions, those all apply to that maximum, all right? So if you are an individual in an individual plan, you're allowed up to $3,600 in contributions to your HSA account per year, okay? Now, if you're in a family plan, you're allowed up to $7,200 per year of contributions to your HSA. So that's a max. Now, you could put in more, but then the government's going to tax you on it. So when you go to do your taxes the next year, if you put in more than what the maximum allowed is, then you'll have to pay taxes on that amount. So just be aware of that, and I would never, I'm not going to say never do it. I'm not a financial advisor, but it makes good sense to try to contribute as much as you can into your HSA up to those maximums of $3,600 for individual and $7,200 for the family plan. All right. So there's also the wellness program, and that's a way that you can earn HSA money through the city, and that's something that we do, that we have set up for you, so that way hopefully you can earn enough money that you don't have to put in too much money to actually have some benefit from your HSA, and it can help us bridge the gap as employees between what your deductible is when your deductible for your health plan, and then and the money that you have available to use in your HSA to meet that deductible. Okay, so we're trying to bridge those gaps essentially with this wellness plan. All right, so with a family plan or an individual plan, there are some stipulations on certain types of wellness money that can be earned. For example, there are exam-based wellness program items that you're allowed to earn money from, and then there's non-exam-based. And I say exam-based, and that's not the technical term, but that's essentially what it means, is if you have to go to an exam, you can earn up to $800 per employee, and if you have a family plan, you can add another $800 for your spouse on exam-based earnings in your HSA. And so what are exam-based earnings? So like a routine physical. So if you yourself, you go get a physical, or your spouse goes to get a physical, all you have to do is bring the form. We have a form for you that you just have the doctor fill out the form, you bring it back, you turn it into payroll, and you can get $100 for that physical towards your HSA, all right? If you go for, just a checkup for your child, a wellness checkup for one of your kids, kids are eligible as well, so just get the form, get it filled out by the doctor. $100 per child essentially is going to go towards your HSA, and those are above and beyond the $800 limits for individual, and $800 for spouse. So you want, if you have kids, it makes sense that if you're taking them to the doctor, getting them checked out, and that stuff should be covered as routine coverage within your health plan. Then you get the form filled out, you turn it in, easy $100, right? There's a health screening event that the city's putting on, and this year it's on June 17th, and you should have received an email with a link to sign up for a time. On June 17th, there's a health screening, and if you participate in that health screening, you get $150, okay? If your spouse participates in the health screening as well, that's another $150 towards your HSA, all right? There's also an online health assessment that we're gonna be doing. That's worth $100 for you, $100 for your spouse on a family plan. There are preventative health screenings that are available, and there's a list of preventative health screenings that you can look online, just anywhere you want to go. I promise, or if you need help, just contact myself or contact Laura at HR. We can help you find out what preventative health screening means, and it's things like if you were to go and you need a mammogram, you need you need to any kind of a preventative health screening, for anything like heart related or if you're at a certain age, men are supposed to go for prostate exams, or those types of things would be a preventative health screening, and those are worth $200 for you to again, you just have the doctor fill it out, you turn it in, turn it into payroll, that's $200 to your HSA, all right? Dentist visits, you're allowed up to 2 dentist visits a year. Your spouse is allowed up to 2 dentist visits a year, and those are $100 each that you can get toward your HSA. Eye exams, again, you're allowed 1 eye exam a year. Your spouse is allowed 1 eye exam a year. Eye exams are also worth $100. You fill it out, you have the doctor fill it out, turn it into turn it into payroll, and we'll add that to your HSA. All right, and then there's a lifestyle self-help counseling session. They're worth up to $75 each. That's in the wellness program. If you have, you should be able to look in here and see what that's about. If you have any questions, talk to Laura, talk to myself. Those are worth $75 each, and you can do up to 6 of those a year. And again, now those are all exam-based wellness activities. So combine all of those activities, you're allowed to earn up to a maximum of $800 per employee, $800 per spouse, plus $100 for the kids on their exams, and that all goes towards your HSA. All right. So now we're going to move to the other side of the equation. Is extra wellness, and so these are things like this class. You participating in this class, you watching this video, essentially. You fill out a form. We'll have the form available for you. You'll get $150 towards your HSA. Boom, just easy money, right? There's an EAP session we usually do every year. The Emergency Assistance Plan. It's a great program. I encourage you to take advantage of it if you need it. Again, there's information about it here in your employee benefit guide. And if there's going to be an EAP session every year that the city does, and we'll let you know when that's coming. And if you participate in the EAP session, that's another $100 that you can get towards your HSA. If you decide to meet with a Capers financial planner, we're not offering that necessarily, we're not setting it up, but if you want to reach out to Capers and meet with a financial planner, we will honor that. Just fill out a paper, turn it in, $75 to your HSA, all right? Monthly activity logs, and there's monthly activity logs that are available for you, and we have those available. We'll put everything on the project drive, or if you need a copy of it, you can just contact Laura, she can get it to you. The monthly activity logs, if you work out so many times a month, you can get credit, and I believe that the total time is like an hour a month. I believe you have to work out, or like 5 times total individually a month. So if you meet those one of those two minimums, and you log it, turn it in monthly, that's worth $25 each. All right, so that's pretty good money. I mean, that you figure that there are 12 months throughout the year, that's $300 you can earn just with monthly activity logs if you just log what you're doing. Many of you are working out anyway on your own, doing physical activity. Go for a walk, log it. I mean, especially if it's a legitimate walk, and I don't want you just turning in while I vacuum my house. I'm not sure I'm going to count that we're going to count that as an activity in our activity log. But if you're doing something a little extra for your wellness, track it, write it down on the log, turn it in monthly. If you've been tracking it throughout the year, you turn it in all at once, that's fine. You don't have to turn it in every single month as long as you're logging it and tracking it throughout the year. Turn them in, get your $25 a month, easy money. This year we're starting a new log as well. It's called a monthly food log. So if you'll be logging what you eat, paying attention to what you're eating, and there will be a new sheet available for you, a new form that you can log this stuff with. And as long as you follow the form and you turn in that form, simply write down what you're eating throughout the day, for these months. Again, another $25 each. All right, so and then we'll start those in June. So June through December this year, you can earn up $25 each by doing those monthly food logs. And then lunch and learns. Laura, our HR director, is going to setting up for periodically different, health-related, wellness-related activities. You sign up, you participate. $150 we'll have about 4 of them throughout the year. $150 in HSA money right into your account. So the idea is to try and maximize your HSA money, maximize the money that's available to you because we're willing to give it to you, right? The city's budgeted to have this HSA money available for its employees. All you have to do is earn it. Participate in this wellness program. It's free money to you. Use it for any health expenses. It stays with you as long as you live, essentially, until you spend it. I mean, it's free, easy money. I encourage everybody to participate as much as they possibly can and to try to maximize their HSA benefits and their HSA earnings, all right? So I've created these sheets, and these will be available to you, and we'll actually email these out to everybody in our organization. I've created these sheets, or maximize your HSA sheets, essentially. And so whether you have a family plan or an individual plan, it's essentially set up a log for you so you can say, okay, how much money can I earn on these different activities? And you can track how much you're earning toward your maximum. Okay, I've got them filled out for you essentially. They're ready to go. So you can just print them off and use it as you need to. Don't have to use it. We don't need to see it. You don't need to turn it in. This is strictly for your benefit if you want to try to earn as much money as possible and know how much money you've earned, how close you're getting to maximums, how much you still have available to you. It's pretty valuable to have this information because then you can track it yourself. If you need help understanding these sheets, you need help getting started on trying to figure out these sheets, I'm not going to fill them all out for you, but I will be glad to sit down with you. I'm here in City Hall, bring it up, we'll go through it, I'll show you what it is, I'll show you how it works, and we can get you started on logging your own HSA. All right, so that's an HSA, health savings account. Here at the city, again, we budgeted this money, we want you to earn it, we want it to be your money. We hope that as an employee of the city, you see value to this, because we certainly value you. We want you to live a healthy and active lifestyle. We want you to participate in this wellness, all these wellness activities. We want you to take your health seriously. Your health is serious. It's a serious issue for us. We want healthy employees, happy employees, and we hope that this has been a beneficial class for you. If you have any questions, reach out to Laura, our HR director, reach out to myself, and we'll be glad to help you out along your way. Good luck.